Welcome, ladies and gentlemen, to the first, and quite possibly last, podcast episode titled Famous Last Words. This is a podcast on the humor, the gravity, the irony, and the tragedy of the final utterances of mankind. Let's roll the intro. Last words can often have a certain significance. I mean, it does make perfect sense because, hey, it is the last thing you'll probably ever say. But often it sums up what we find most important in life, or in some awkward cases, least so. I am Ethan Hill with Light Symphony Productions, and today we're going to start with the last words of a man. Well, I'll let you guess who he is. And in his words, and I quote, "Go on, get out. Last words are for fools who haven't said enough already." Barring my awkward accent, who do you think that was? Well, it turns out this was the founder of Marxism, Karl Marx. And what is the context, you might say? Well, I would say, let's jump in the time machine and go find out. The year is 1883. This is the same year that the volcanic eruption of Krakatoa rocked the world, the Boston Bean Eaters won the baseball championship, and the Buffalo Bills Wild West show debuts in Nebraska. But tucked away in a nondescript building, a housekeeper walks into a quiet bedroom.
Begging your pardon, sir, but I...
What is it this time?
Oh, well, you see, I had a thought, sir.
Oh, get out of here.
Oh, but sir, wouldn't it be good of you to tell me your last words so I could record them?
Oh, go on, get out. Last words are for fools who haven't said enough.
Of course. Sir, are you all right? Sir? Sir!
While a man named Karl might have died that day, his ideas would live on, hauntingly so. Some of the most widespread acceptance for Marxism coming the beginning of the 20th century with the rise of Lenin and then Stalin. The former being used by Germany as sort of an ideological weapon to take down Russia from within. But now, leaving behind the man who did say enough already, let's jump back in the time machine and head back a few years. Welcome to 1603. World population is estimated about 500 million people. The Academia de Lincei Scientific Academy is founded in Rome, and Russia is struggling through a famine that eventually kills 2 million people. And the beloved Protestant Queen of England, Elizabeth I, is standing in the corner of her room. Her face sullen and pale, she stands facing her drapes, refusing to sit or lie down, fearing that if she closes her eyes, they might never open again. She's a queen of 44 years with no heir to the throne. She stares listlessly at the wall in silence.
All my possessions. All my possessions. All my possessions. For one moment of time.
The reign of Queen Elizabeth I is referred to as the Golden Age of England. She inherited a bankrupt nation torn by religious divisions and faced the threatened military power of France and Spain. But by her death, she had fostered the rise of the Reformation and Shakespeare, and England had grown to a major world power. And that's going to wrap it up for this first ever episode of Famous Last Words. If you made it this far, I would challenge you. What will your last words be? We don't always get a chance to say them, but we can figure out ahead of time what it is that holds the highest importance in our lives, and what will we point to with our final breath. To some, last words are a tragic period to an often troubled life, and surely if our lives ended with death of our bodies, we would be a people with no hope. Except for one thing. There was one who came, who lived a human life, died a human death, but when he said, "It is finished," those were not his last words, but the beginning of new life for all who believe and put their trust in God, in the gospel, in the God-man, Jesus Christ.